Hello friends, and once again welcome to bhpsolutions.com. My name is Amit, and today I'm going to give you Groovy example number 15. In this, we will be learning how to manage metadata. So I've been teaching various examples under Groovy for Oracle planning, and therefore in today's example we will be talking about you can actually manage a metadata, including adding a new members, modifying existing member, or deleting existing members using Groovy scripts. So let's get started. Before we write a script for the same, let's see how it works so that you can actually create an image in your mind. Okay. So I have got a sample data form and I have a list of products. I want to add new product on the fly using Groovy script. Okay. I have created an action menu. When you right click on the data form, the action menu invokes called manage metadata, and when you click on the menu item called add new product. When you click on this behind the screen, you need to give a product parent name. So parent name I'll be using computer service. Under computer service, I'm going to add new child, new prod 6. So when you hit the launch button behind the screen, the Groovy script gets executed and you see a new product has been created on the fly. Now let's see how to do this. So we're going to do this in 3 steps. First, uh, I'll be writing a Groovy script. Step 1, create Groovy script to add new member, right? You need to make sure the given parent, the dimension member must be enabled for enable dynamic child option. Okay. So in our example, we are going to add new product, and therefore we have a dimension called product dimension for the given parent. More precisely, I go to financial cube, product dimension for the given parent. Uh, you should enable this option, enable for dynamic child, enable for dynamic children, right? Make sure this option is enabled. Then second step, after creating this script, I would be associating the script with action menu. So I'm going to create action menu, isn't it? And then in action menu, I add new menu item as business rule. Okay. And then finally we associate action menu with data form, right? So let's get started. In our example, I need two variables, right? Variable 1 or variable or your runtime prompt called product parent is one variable of members type. Okay. And second variable I'm going to create of second variable of string type called product name. Okay, of string type. Now to create this variable, we can go to variable designer section. Okay, you should keep Oracle Groovy script documentation handy because you need this during our code writing. What are the underlying functions, classes, enum, all you see it over here. The list is given over here. Okay, so first I create a new rule. Go to navigation, go to rules, and let's create a new rule. I'll be creating this rule precisely for my financial cube. So right click, rules, create new rule, call manage metadata, or rule add new product, right? And let's switch this view from designer view to script view, and default is a calculation script. Switch from calculation script to the groovy script, right? So first I need to use those runtime prompt. So there are two runtime prompt variable we created, one for product parent and second one for product name. So variables are defined a curly braces, product parent, and second one is product name. So I use product name. The first one is of object type, members type, and second one is of string type. Okay, where did I use this variable? See this. Under system view, action, create variable designer, and there you want to create a rule for this application. Okay, so I already created two variable. This is how you can create. Click on new. The first variable type is of members type and give whatever name you like to give. Like in this example, I given a name called product parent, right? It is of members type, and the runtime prompt you can give any string you like to give. Like I've given a name over here in please enter product parent name, and the default parent I've given up as a computer service. As you remember, for this product name we enable for dynamic children option, yes. Okay, so this is of dimension type product of members type member on dimension product. The second variable we created over a product name, which was string type, and you can give any default value. I have not given any value, default value, and give a runtime prompt name. Please enter product name. So two variables have been created, and the same variable reference has been given over here, isn't it? Next, I'm going to create a runtime. I'm going to create a map type of collection object. Now, this map type of object going to store my product name. So give some name. I'm going to name like new product. And map type object will refer to my runtime prompt. Dot parent name. Parent name is product parent. Dot member. Dot child name. And the child name is new child as map type. This is an expression. And this receives a string argument which I'm going to put a product name. Runtime prompt dot product name. This is my now. So map object detail you can see from your technical reference document here. The reason I use a map object because when I'm going to create a dimension member, I need a reference of map object. I'm going to create dimension the member class object, member class instance. Okay, and there I need to use a reference of a map object. See, the member properties, certain members, certain methods, returns, and accept a map containing the member properties and their values, isn't it? And therefore use a map object. The next I'm going to create a dimension object and name it whatever you like to give. I'm going to give a name called product dim. And dimension member object, let's see what it takes. Dimension member class, dimension member class, and these are the underlying methods of it, isn't it? Like get dpage generation, get density, and so on. So I create an object reference of this class called product name, and it is pointing to my runtime prompt product parent dot member dot the reference is dimension. This is pointing to my product dim. Okay, so name of the parent is product parent, which is runtime prompt dot member dot dimension. Then I'm going to create a member object and name it whatever name you like to give. I give a name called product, and it is pointing to my runtime prompt dot my runtime prompt is product. The parent name is product parent, and the object reference given over for dimension object called product dim dot save member. Save member as see over here for the member class. For the member class, we have here save as member. save member, right? And this is privileged method save member, and what are the argument it takes given below? Member name, void, and string. So I'm going to pass this argument over here, save member. First argument is reference, map object reference. The second argument takes dynamic child. Dynamic child strategy. You see, it is given over here. Dynamic child strategy is a enum, and the possible it has got these possible values. I'll use the possible value called always dynamic. In other words, I'm going to create a member of always dynamic type. I'm going to create a new product of dynamic type, always dynamic. So it probably can have a children intern or a formula associated with this. That's what our assumption. So the next step, optionally you can add a comments, right, to make your code readable. Likewise here I've added a comment to make my code readable. Right, I added a comment here. Now let's validate this code, save and validate. Save. You could save and validate both together and give some name test and deploy this code. So step 1 is done with this. Step 1 is done, right? Successfully deployed. And the next step, as I mentioned, optionally create an action menu and use this business rule as an action menu object, action menu item, right? So this is optional but recommended. So create new action menu, name whatever you like to give. I already created one, so I'm going to delete it and recreate. Call here also I created one called manage metadata. Manage metadata. That is my action menu. So first I create an action menu header. The header of this, name it whatever you like to give. So I name it like is a menu header first. Call manage metadata. So label can have a spaces, but item cannot have a space. Under this menu header, I'm going to create one child. Name as add new product. Add new product. Right, and in label, I'm going to give a space. Add space new space product of type business rule, and select your business rule from the list. Select your cube and name of the business rule. Add new product, right? This is the rule we have written few minutes before, isn't it? Add new product. Rule add new product. So rule add new product, isn't it? That's it. Save it. This is done. And then third step, I associate this action menu with my data form. So sample data form I already created. Okay. For the sake of testing, I'll go to my data form. And associate this action menu, right? So under other option, your option to select your action menu and associate, isn't it? Just click finish. That's it. Now open your data form. I created under a folder called Groovy Test. Right click on this data form. Under computer services, I'm going to create new child called manage metadata. This is the name of your action menu. Under this, I create an item called add new product. It takes two arguments. First is product parent name, which is by default taken the same as wherever you clicked. So I click to computer services. The first argument taken from there. Second argument name of the product. So I give a name of the product new prod 7. Right. That's it. Click on launch. and it's likely to add new product. Perfect. A new member has been added called new product, right? So that's it for today. Please stay tuned, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and in our upcoming videos, I'm going to show you more advanced example of Groovy script, including the renaming of your member and deleting of your member. So that's it. Should you have more questions, please feel free to write to us, bhpsolutions.com.